آه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome guys. Today we will take a new lesson in Unit 5, Lesson 5.4. At the end of this lesson, we will finish the unit. All what we will have left is the short story and the check your progress page. Okay, so I hope your exam yesterday was easy. Inshallah, the marking will be at the end of this week or next week. Okay. So open your page 84, open your book on page 84, learner book on page 84, lesson 5.4, a report for a science investigation. Okay, guys, so starting of this lesson, we are going to write a report about science investigation. Let's start with the activities. Activity 1, talk. Are you good at remembering lists of words and numbers? Try this memory experiment. So if you guys remember, we did this experiment in the previous lesson to test our brains if we have good memory, good short memory, good long memory. We have done this test, but we will do it again, but in another way. So let's try to read this memory experiment. In pairs, memorize the planet in the solar system. You have 1 minute. Okay, you have 1 minute to memorize the planet order: Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay. So after 1 minute, we will try to remember or memorize the order. It was the first Sun, Mercury. What's after that? So if you remember all of them, then cover the list. Take turns to say them in correct order. Try the memory test again. Make a silly sentence with words that start with the first letter of each planet. For example, Sam, Sun. My, Mercury. Very, Venus. Elegant, Earth. Mars, monkey. Just, Jupiter. Saturn served us, Uranus, noodles, Neptune. This is the silly sentence. Sam, my very elegant monkey, just served us noodles. It doesn't mean anything, but every letter leads us to the correct order. It's better to save the word, the sentence, than memorizing the entire planet list. Okay, moving to the next activity. Number 3, read Mia's report about her science investigation into memory. This is the science investigation memory, okay? You guys see the article in blue. Name Mia, project title, the planet in the solar system. Objective, to find out the best way to remember the order of the planets in the solar system through 2 experiments. So we are trying to memorize the planet solar system with 2 experiments to make it easier. What do we need? Materials, pictures of the planets in the solar system, a pen, and a notebook. Okay, so you guys see the picture here above that has all the planets. We can see Earth, we can see the Sun, Jupiter, all of them are here. Now, the first stage, we put the pictures in order and tried to memorize the order of the planets. Then we invented a silly sentence to help us remember the order. The result, we discovered that learning the order with pictures was very helpful. Around 70% of the class got it right. So this experiment seems to be successful, right? Let's see. Number 2, using a sentence to remember the order of the planet was very successful. Everyone in the class got it right. So the pictures got 70% of the class to get it right, while the sentence, all of them got it right. So 100%. The conclusion, to conclude, in my opinion, the best way to remember the order of the planets is to make up a silly sentence with words that have the first letter of each planet. So this was the result of this experiment. Now, we can make up a report or an article just like this about any other science investigation, not only to memorize planets. You can make it maybe to memorize books, memorize questions, anything. Okay, activity 4, you are going to do memory experiments with your group and write a report with your results. This memory test is about remembering words in English. It's to investigate how we can help our memory remember words better. So how can we remember words better? To do the memory test. This was a test, and the previous one we had and lesson 2 or the first lesson. Yes, it was the first lesson. How good is your memory? Here we had an experiment, a test for our memory. We tested the long memory and the short memory. We had 6 questions, 3 questions for the long memory, and 3 questions were for the short memory. We also did today's experiment with the planets to test our memory, And now what we are going to do is to do a memory experiment with our group. We're gonna write a report just like this one that Mia did, the same report as Mia has done, but we want it to be different, not about planets, maybe let's say materials, or let's say types of stones, maybe anything you can think about, maybe names of body parts, hands, legs, brain. Also, we have red parts of the brain here. Brainstem, cerebrum, cerebellum. Maybe we can make a memory test with this, right? Now, after we do the report, take care of the writing tip, reporting language. We have to use words like this. To find out, we discovered that, first, then, finally, to conclude, in my opinion, we have to make use of all of these reporting language uses, okay? These are very useful to make our report. Now, there are many steps to do the report. We have 4 steps. Let's take a look into them. Step 1, planning. Work in groups of 4. Look at the vocabulary in units 1 and 2 and 3, and write 5 words for each of these categories on strips of paper. So first, we're gonna write adjectives, or 5 words from our vocabulary. These words can be common illness, can be towns, country, adjectives of personality, like moody, like silly. Now, step 2, experiment 1, mix up all the words and place them face up. Take turns to look at them for 2 minutes. Then try to remember them all. So this is a good memory experiment. Then we turn the strips over. How many can you remember? Write down the results. Repeat with all your classmates. So this was an experiment that you can write a report about, or you can do the second one. Let's see. Experiment 2. Group all the words into their categories before trying to remember them. Take turns to look at them for 2 minutes. Turn the strips over. How many can you remember? Write down the results. Step 4, write up a report about this memory experiment using Mia's model. We are going to use Mia's article, the same name, project title, objective, material, stages, results, and conclusion. But we're gonna change the details. We are going to change the details depending on our experiment, okay? Which was the most successful? Give your opinion and why. Okay, you can do this if you like. It's not really necessary. Now we have finished the lesson. Next class, inshallah, we will be taking the short story about the girl who thought in pictures. The girl who thought in pictures. It's about a poem. The girl who thought in picture. It's a poem, not a short story. Okay, now let's move to workbook. We're gonna do few exercises. Okay, page 62 on your workbook. A report for science investigation. Read the report about Waze memory experiment. Put the stages A to D in order and number them 1 to 4. Now we have a report here, name Way or We, project title, a memory experiment, objective to test our short-term visual memory, to find out how many objects I can remember in 1 minute. Materials, 10 or more classroom objects, such as pencil, pen, ruler, rubber, pen drive, notebook, textbook, so 10 materials. The stage A, uncover the object and compare to the list. See how many I remembered. Okay, B, put all the classroom objects on a table or a tray. Look at the objects for 20 seconds. C, cover the objects with a cloth or a piece of card. D, write a list of all objects I can remember. Results, I discovered that I have a good visual memory. I remember 9 of 10 objects. The one I didn't remember was the pencil sharpener. So we are going to write the results. Okay. Now, let's try to do the question number 2. First, the results or the answers for the first one. A, 4. B, 1. C, 2. D, 3. Okay, we're gonna write like this. Four, 1, 2, 3. Okay, after writing the answers, we will move to the second question. Okay, let's move to question number 2. Complete the report with these sequencing words. Finally, after that, then first. Okay. Now, let's complete the report when we use these words. So we said the right order was number A4. Okay, then we have to write the numbers here actually. 4, 1, 2, and 3. Now, let's use the words we have down below. So number 1, we have to write firstly. First, put all classroom objects on a table. Okay, number 2, then number 3, after that, finally, number 4, we write finally. Okay, copy the answers, then we are going to continue to question number 3. Okay, good. Moving to question number 3. How does we give her opinion in the report? To conclude, in my opinion. Okay, what do you think of Wei's experiment? This is your own opinion. If you want to write it, you can write. Moving to question number 5. Can you stretch your brain? Are you better at remembering numbers or words? Do this experiment. So we have another good memory experiment. Stage 1, look at the numbers in the box for 20 seconds. Then cover them up. Write down as many as you can. Uncover to check. Okay, so we are going to look at these numbers for 20 seconds. 3, 256, 79, 8, 15, 101, 52, 21. Now take 20 seconds only to look at the numbers, then cover them. We're going to cover them. Now, write under them how many can you remember. So there was 3, 6, 79. Try to remember the rest. It was 52, 51, maybe 21. Okay, let's see how many did I remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not all of them, but most of them. So we need to practice more to get all of them. Okay, good. Stage 2. Look at these words for 20 seconds. Let's see if we can remember words more better than numbers. Brain, exercise, digestion, cerebrum, spinal cord, diet, helmet, sneeze. Now let's take 20 seconds. Brain, exercise, digestion, cerebrum, spinal cord, diet, helmet, sneeze. Okay. Trying to write now. Brain, digestion, sneeze, cerebrum, write with me, guys, if you can remember. There was spinal cord, there was what else? I forgot the rest actually. So let's see how many did I remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a good number, but we need to remember all of the words. Now moving to the last activity, number 6. Complete the experiment report sheet with your results and conclusion. So write your name. Project title will be let's say a memory experiment, the same as the previous one. Project title. Materials, let's say vocabulary, pen and paper. That's all we need. Stages first. First, we are gonna write numbers. Then we are going to look at the numbers for 20 seconds. After that, cover the numbers. Finally, write as many as you can remember. The results, I discovered that conclusion to conclude my opinion. Now you can use words like this. We have here reporting language to find out. We discovered that first, then finally to conclude, in my opinion. Now we have finished 2 pages of exercises and the lesson. We can stop here. If you have questions, raise your hand